Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 Hearts channel where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and hot motherfreaking topics. Let's get it going. Let's get it started. Y'all gonna kill me because I know y'all been looking for my Love and Marriage Huntsville review. And I was coming. I swear I was. But I'm not gonna lie, I took like 2 episodes off from watching. And then I went back and watched. But I'm only reviewing last week. Y'all been watching, so y'all gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's get it going. Hey, new subbies, new and old. Make sure you hit the thumbs up here. Turn on your notification bells. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And let's get this thing thangin'. Anywho, the episode starts off with Mel and Marceau going toe-to-toe in regards to Marceau's little sneaky comment about, free Martell, blah, 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 blah. What I saw them saying in the headlines was that they love when Martell and Marceau go at it. It reminds them of Gina. It reminds them of Martin and Pam. They have this this chemistry that works for them when they right? This is what I will say about that. I don't find it cute and I don't like it because at the end of the day, he is somebody's husband. Okay? And why the fuck is he having so many issues with another woman? And why the fuck is a woman having so many other issues with him? So that would irritate me as Tisha, but hey, who am I? But I know why they're having so many issues because for whatever reason, Marceau did get hard from triggering Melody. He enjoys it. Do I think that he likes Melody? I think that Melody is the girl that in a dream world, he would want her, but he know his personality wouldn't mesh well with hers because he can't control and manipulate her and womanize her. So he doesn't really want her per se. He likes the idea of who she is, but he really does want his wife because that's the woman that he benefits from having because of the type of personality that he has. So anywho, they was going back and forth, and what I liked about it was Melody was able to clock his ass. So what seems to be the ongoing issue throughout this entire season is Melody's fan base, the Melometers, right? Everybody is saying that they're harassing them, they're bothering them, they're picking on them, they're always doing things to them, they're showing up at their work locations, they just out of control, right? So what he was saying was that, you need to control your fan base because they are really an issue for us as a friend group, right? So Melody said, oh, they are? Are they? Well, let me tell you who the fuck else is an issue. Your homegirl, Mama Wanda. So while you sitting up here trying to tell me to try to control tens of thousands of people, I'm going to need you to control one person in your motherfucking life. And then I can think about it, right? So he was like, fair enough, right? Anyway, they got up and separated from each other. And he went... They separated from each other, and that was that. And the next scene, Destiny and Stormy meet up to discuss Stormy's Valentine's Day Lovers and Friends event, right? And she was there Stormy was telling Destiny how she had an encounter with a Melometer at her store. So she said at her warehouse, because I don't think that Sunni has a storefront yet. I think she has just her warehouse for now. But and shout out to Stormy. I think they said she had 1 million sales first time ever on TikTok. That's what's up. Shout out to Stormy for that. Anywho, she was saying that she had an encounter there, and she was like, this is really getting out of control, and it had the potential to become dangerous. And she was like, listen, I'm not here for that, so I'm switching locations, I'm moving my warehouse, yada, 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 right? So, what Stormy did say is Melody kind of hooked back up, and they was having some conversation because she went on over to Melody and Carlos's podcast, and, again, Melody is Queen Bee of the show. Melody is Queen Bee of the show because when they flash to Melody and Stormy's encounter, you hear Stormy telling Melody she look good, she always look good. Once again, they're kissing a ring, and Melody is taking it all there. Oh, thank you, you too. Melody would have never said that to her first. Melody is the queen, and Stormy knew whose ring to kiss. So that was like, and Destiny was looking like, I'm that girl, so I'm not doing that. But go ahead with the story, Stormy. So anyway, she was basically telling Destiny how she invited Melody to come to the Lovers and Friends event, but she did let Melody know, listen, Martell will be in tow, so if you're not interested, that's fine by me. I just wanted to give you a heads up. Melody was like, I'll be sure to miss that, right? So then she was sharing with Destiny that I invited Sunni and Moses, right? So Destiny was like, Okay, she said, well, me and him already met up, and the conversation wasn't cool, wasn't pleasant, because he's full of fucking shit. And just FYI PSA, he made sure to show up to meet me, his ex, without his wedding ring. So let's just see how serious this little marriage is. Right, Destiny, because from watching this episode unfold and watching Destiny's interview on Heavenly's podcast or web show, whatever she has, I honestly feel like Destiny and Moses still love each other. And if it wasn't for this whole public display of how this is all playing out, they would have had the opportunity to still be together. But who knows? That's just me, right? And in the next episode, they show Letitia, and she's going to meet up with Marceau in his office, and they show that Tisha and Marceau, they have a new employee, right? And her name is MJ Hall. Something about this scene when Tisha walked in gave me the Why Did I Get Married scene. Why Did I Get Married when Tyler Perry's wife, Diane, forgot that it was Tyler Perry's birthday. And then when she finally got there, and was like, oh my God, I forgot. She saw his employee sitting there, Monica, my girl from Girlfriends. And she was looking like, what is this bitch doing here? And why y'all having cake? And how the fuck she remembered it was your birthday? Right? And she basically was like, you know what? He was like, don't worry about it. You forget everything. And she was like, okay, but she remembered? Okay, yeah. So he started telling the employee, you got to go, Tyler Perry. And she's like, yeah, get your ass out of here. He's like, wait a minute. Ain't no get her ass out of here. Leave her alone. She done picked up my daughter from school. She did everything your ass ain't want to do. Anywho, the point that I'm making was that in that scene when Tisha walked in, I don't know. The MJ was very attractive. She's beautiful. And she does have a man. But just the seating arrangement and Tisha's face when she walked in and their faces when they seen her, it kind of gave me that Why Did I Get Married scene. But who knows? Also, Marceau's personality can, even if nothing was going on in that moment, he's so, his personality, he likes to play, so he would try to make it look like something was. You know what I'm saying? Just doing annoying shit because of who he is. Anywho, oh God, my light just went out. Okay, great. I'm gonna keep recording. Anywho, Marceau started to tell Tisha about his meetup with Melanie. And he was like, listen, she didn't appreciate that, blah, 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 blah. But the long and the short of it is that she said something that I honestly agree with, which was that, we want her to get her millimeters in check and so on and so forth. But we have a person that we need to check as well. And while we asking her to check maybe thousands of people, we can't check this one. And he was like, something needs to be done about it. And right at that moment, Tisha went into defense mode and said no. And she basically started saying how Mel eggs on the millimeters. And, no. And she does want them to do the things that they do. She just pretending that she don't. And I have said something to my mother and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And Marceau basically was like, listen, well, I agree with Melody, though. I do agree that your mother can be off the chain, and I think she has a point here. And a lot of people, Dr. Heavenly included, right, was there saying, people shouldn't check their spouses, in public, and yada, 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 and yada, 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 right? I agree and disagree with that. I agree because I think that people should not check their loved ones, whether it's a spouse or not, disrespectfully in public, right? I don't agree with that. But I do think that people should check their loved ones, spouses especially, whenever, wherever, as long as it's done respectfully. If I don't agree with you and I see you falling short in an area, I should be able to tell you. You should be mature enough and adult-like enough not to feel embarrassed because I'm telling you something that you don't want to hear, and get upset about me having to tell you something that you need to hear. And basically what I see with Marceau is Tisha is a big baby. She's a big baby. She's very immature. So every time that he has to check her, it's a temper tantrum. And my thing is, what he's only saying to her at the end of the day, this makes sense. How could I be a good husband to you if I don't say to you, hey, you need to tighten up in this area. Hey, this is not right. Hey, we need to fix this. So while I don't agree with the whole you shouldn't check your spouse in public, I do agree that you shouldn't do it disrespectfully. But if you need to check a loved one no matter where, then you need to do so. Hey, I love you, but that ain't right. And that's okay to say. what people need to do that need to be, what people should do that need to be checked is stop being so immature and getting in your feelings and feeling embarrassed because you don't like what a person is saying. Whether you like it, if it's right or well. So anywho, you know, she just was basically going back and forth because she was pissed off that he was saying Mel was right? And the next scene, they show Stormy, and it's a Day of the Lovers and Friends gala, and Ken and Trisha, they show up, right? And they just getting advice from Stormy about, you know, what's going on and what you need us to do, because apparently Martell said his dad bod is not ready, so he dropped out. So now Ken is going to take Martell's place. This was my first time seeing Trisha's personal trainer body. Trisha looks good. Trisha looks good. She has a nice body, right? Anyway, in the next scene is a Love and Friends gala, right? So now it's the beginning and Sunni and Moses walking, right? And like I said, Moses is an attractive guy. Moses is an attractive guy, and me personally, I think he looks better. I think he looks better with Destiny. Sunni gives me that she thinks she's still a producer, so she comes to set looking like she just rolled out the bed. So her hair is always like the leave out always looks crazy. She always has on like a trench coat. She just doesn't give me like she's putting any effort into coming to work. She gives me like I still think I'm behind the scenes, so I don't have to put any effort. Whereas Destiny is absolutely gorgeous. Destiny is gorgeous. She always looks nice. She's very pretty. Her skin is flawless. She has nice eyes. She's a pretty woman, and she puts effort into looking good. So just off the aesthetic alone, I would like to see Destiny with Moses, right? Because Moses looks good, right? Okay, so anywho, and the first person they see is messy Miss Nell. Now, I think Miss Nell is a little too old for some of the stuff she be doing, but she give me a messy old bitch, but a nice one. Just a messy with the shits old bitch, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why Chris' daughter want to smoke with your ass. Anywho, soon as she see them, they're like, oh, let's go over here to introduce ourselves. So her and Chris go over. Moses and Chris, you know, they engage with one another. And Miss Nell was like, I could talk to you for a second at the side. So they go to the side, and Miss Nell, messy ass, dives right into it. Listen, what's going on? How did this happen? I mean, did you know about them? Blah, 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 blah. And once again, what irritates me about Sunni, and this really, really gets on my nerves, is that you don't give me you used to be a producer. Because if you did, you don't know how to produce the content a little better. You're always coming from the standpoint of trying to downplay what Moses and Destiny had. Why? Just speak about the beauty of your new marriage. But to keep speaking about what they wasn't and what he was doing and how that wasn't real, and it just doesn't look good. It doesn't make for good content. It doesn't make for, you know, a good scene. It's just annoying because it also makes you, you know, the villain in a sense, because it doesn't look like, you know, listen, I don't know what they had going on, but I stumbled upon it and it was good for me. I know it's unfortunate for her, but I don't mean no harm and no disrespect. And whatever they had going on was none of my business, because this is what we doing now. Instead of that, it's always like, well, that's not what happened. She's not telling the truth. And he wasn't even really with her. Why do you keep doing that? That fucking annoys me. So anyway, Miss Nell was like, okay, girl, well, it's messed up, but listen, you can't help who you love. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I just want to come have the conversation with you, and so on and so forth. She went about her business. Then Destiny arrives, right? So now when Destiny comes in, once again, Destiny looked gorgeous, you know, very pretty woman. She came in and, you know, she's just trying to kind of maneuver around. You know what Destiny gives me, right? And I respect what she's doing. Destiny is giving me that... I am trying my best to be on this show and show that I'm an evolved woman. Leave me the fuck alone, right? And I think that she's struggling because she's not being left alone, right? So now she comes in the door, and Sunni gets on my fucking nerves. Sunni is like, well, since she has so much to say to you, she's saying this to Moses. Let's see if she'll say it to me, because I'm going to pour it to the side. Let's clear the air so we can move on from this, right? So she gets up and she goes to tell Stormy, I'm going to pull Destiny to the side. Is that okay? So Stormy was like, that's fine, but y'all gonna have to get in the elevator, go down to the basement, go 2 doors over, go through the vestibule, climb in that little hole and hide in the back because y'all would not be disrupting my shit, okay? So she got them a separate room. What she should have got them was a security guard too. But in any event, when she got them a separate room, Sunny went over there and was like, hi, can I talk to you? And Destiny was like, no. I was like, oh shit. So then finally Destiny was like, okay, girl. And once again, you can honestly see Destiny is hanging on to every ounce of, I'm trying to be peaceful and show that I'm an evolved woman. Leave me the fuck alone. She can, right? So now they get back there in the room, right? And as soon as they get back there, you know, once again, oh my God. Oh my God. You know, let me see what I wrote. It says, Sunny starts off by saying she reached out to Destiny. Destiny didn't respond. And then when she, after not responding, she took up comments public about what she felt about their marriage. And then Sunny shared that Moses told her Destiny had so much to say about her. Then Destiny had so much to say about her. Then Destiny started asking questions and exposed how Sunny stepped on her toes. So basically, Destiny was like, so let me get this straight. Can you run this timeline down for me? So yeah, in that month, we were still fucking. Yeah, in that month, he was still saying he loved me. Yeah, in that month, he was still trying to get me to come and see him. Yeah, in that month, I had sucked his dick. Yeah, and that time, that was, yeah, I seen him that day too. So basically, when she was basically giving her timeline, Destiny was pretty much like saying, well, you know, there was still some dealings and some conversation and some I miss you and all of that during the time that you're saying you was in the picture. And just as Sunny does, she was now doing her best to discredit what they had, as opposed to saying, listen, maybe that was going on, but as long as it's not going on now, this is my husband and I'm ready to move forward, and I just need to know if you can move forward and be okay with us being in your space. But no, you can tell that Sunny feels very, very insecure about Destiny and Moses' past relationship, and I think that she should, because number one, they have history, and number two, from the breakdown, it does look like Moses really loves Destiny, and what he did was spiteful, right? So anyway, the conversation got heated, and once again, Destiny is holding on to every ounce of, I'm an evolved woman and leave me the fuck alone. Even at one point, I think Sunny called her a bitch. Destiny was like, girl, you need to go ahead now. So, I mean, it got toe-to-toe, back and forth. And what I can say about Sunny is she didn't look like she was afraid or backing down, but she looked stupid. She looks stupid, because if you are the new woman in the situation, right, and I could attest to this because I am my man's current relationship, right, what the fuck do you care about the old bitch for? Unless this nigga is giving you a reason to care about what she says or does regarding your relationship, why do you care? Why do you care? Of course the old bitch is going to have some shit to say about the new bitch. She wants her spot back. She wants her spot back. So it's going to be plenty of things said about you. As long as not anything is not done to you, Sunny, I don't understand. But I think that a lot of things that Destiny is saying, you feel deep down in your heart may have some truth to it. And you might also feel deep down in your heart that he may still have some feelings for her. So you're trying your best to get in front of it so it doesn't look like that. But it's all over the place. The fact that he went to meet up with his fucking ex without his wedding ring, no. No, that's all the fuck he should have showed up with. I would fuck he showed up naked. He should have had that fucking ring on. Okay? So, I mean, it's a lot of signs there that point to the fact that he even needed to go to talk to her to get closure. That should have happened before we got married, motherfucker. If you thought that she needed some closure that you wanted to allow her to have, then you should have done that before we got together. But to now come after we months into this marriage and talk about, no, because I'm going to just go have a sit down with her. For fucking what? For what? To gaze into her eyes and y'all can remember how much y'all miss each other? For what? So, yeah, no. It got ugly. And after a while, Destiny, once again, Destiny was hanging on with every fiber of her being to, I'm an evolved woman, leave me the fuck alone. Once she saw she couldn't hang on anymore and Sunny was getting too fly out the mouth, she was like, you know what, let me go ahead Let me go ahead because, girl, I might have to knock your ass. And, you know, like I said, Sunny, you just look stupid. You look like you just rolled out the bed, and you could tell you felt stupid because as soon as it was over, you started popping shit about Stormy hors d'oeuvres and all that, and then you told Moses, let's leave. Yeah, because you don't want to see them in the same room together and watch him peeking at her and all that shit because he still loves her. Anywho, when Destiny walked out, she walked right into Martell. And I watched Dr. Heavenly say this, and I absolutely agree. Why Martell may be a dick, and he may not have been the best husband or side nigga or whatever he was to the women that he was sleeping with, he's a good friend to Destiny. Because in those moments, he was able to support her and comfort her and kind of bring her back to reality. So I enjoy seeing them together because she needed that, right? Then Martell went over to speak to Ken and Trisha. Ken, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, Ken. If I was your homegirl, if I was your cousin, if I was your sister, if I was your classmate, if I was your co-worker, if I was your auntie or your mammy, right? And I was watching the show, as soon as it went off, I would have said, hello, we need to meet up. And when we went to meet up, I'd have told you, you need to get up out this. You need to get up out this because in my opinion, Trisha is low-key embarrassing you on this fucking show, right? So now, when Martell walks up to speak, here, Trisha now. Hey, Flaker. I heard that you flaked on me. Trisha. The scenes that you and Martell were going to do, right? In my opinion, because I looked at the scenes that you and Ken ended up doing, it was supposed to be of some physical nature, right? If this man who you're not fucking, you're not dating, and you're not with, dropped out, and you're able to do the scenes with who you're fucking, who you're dating, and who you're with, who gives a flying fuck if he flakes? Why was it important to you to bring that up? And it was so important to you that you couldn't even keep it together and say it on the side. You said it right there in front of Ken. Who gives a fuck if he flakes? So my head would have flew off at that point. And and he was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? You got what you need right here. Listen, you know, I wasn't ready. Martell, Trisha, you are not on Martell's radar. I'm sorry. You're not a bad looking woman. You have a nice body, but you don't do it for him. You can see that, right? Which is one of the reasons he plays. Because I think if he was attracted to you, he wouldn't have passed up a moment to be in a physical scene with you. So I think that you just don't do it for him, but I think he does everything for you. And Ken, I think that Trisha is embarrassing you. So, anywho, so Ken was saying, which is another reason why if I was any relative of yours, Ken, I would have pulled you to the side, because then he was there saying, well, he's going to have a conversation with Martell about putting out the wrong impression of him and Trisha. Ken, I think that Martell knows that Trisha is on his dick. And I think there's no way that that's the wrong impression, because I could see that. And I'm a viewer. You can't? And that's your woman? Ken, you need to wake the fuck up. I don't know. But, anywho, Ken and Trisha start their routine. And I mean, again, another reason why I feel like Trisha wants Martell and not her man, because she's in the confessional saying how the scene made her so uncomfortable, and she's whispering to Ken to hurry up and let's get through this and blah, blah, blah. My thing is that, so if you felt that uncomfortable with a man you sleep next to every single fucking night, why would it matter if Martell flaked? Because you would have to have did all these things with him. And that wouldn't have made you uncomfortable? Or is that what you wanted to do? Because that's who you wanted to do it with. You know what, girl? You need to, with your long ass chin, you irritating me with this. But, anywho, so Miss Nell, with her messy ass, she sees Destiny and Sunny came back from talking, so she takes Destiny outside to have some conversation with her, right? And basically, she was telling Destiny how she spoke to Sunny. Sunny said she didn't know, blah, 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 blah. What touched me in those moments is, and I like this for Destiny, because in the past they have accused her of not showing up to work, and you can see this season she's showing up. In those moments, she shows her true vulnerable self, and she got emotional. And she shared that her and Moses have history, and, you know, because of the history that they have, she would have never thought that he would have done her that way, right? And she said again, he's definitely a fine man, so he could have got any woman on the planet, right? So it's not about him having another woman. She was like, I just would have never thought he would have been so spiteful to me and got a woman who he knows was within my circle and within, the confines of where I am, right? And she said, to know that he would be that spiteful to me hurts me because I would never expect that from him when we have all of this history, right? And I felt her in those moments, right? But she looked like she was going to cry when she was in the room with Sunni too. You can see that she's hurt. And not necessarily hurt because y'all together, but more so hurt about the way y'all went about it, and both of y'all was supposed to fuck with her. And I get that. I've had a personal situation where, I've had people that, you supposed to fuck with me and you do something behind my back, and then somebody else that's supposed to fuck with me team up with you and y'all do something behind my back together to hurt me. That's a very, very uncomfortable feeling, and sometimes it's unforgivable. Sometimes it's unforgivable. Most times it's unforgivable. I praise God that I'm to a space where I can forgive and move forward. I just don't want to put myself in a predicament like that again, so I don't business with any of those people. But anywho, in the next scene, they show Stormy. She was home. Courtney is a piece of work. Courtney came in and was like, hey now, girl, hey now, what's up? He real down home country. Hey now, oh, hey, yeah, what's up? So she like, hey, babe, what's up? You see the baby there, the babysitter? He was like, oh, yeah, I was down at the, the warehouse, right? So she like, okay, cool. We work together. Oh, the cops is there looking for you. Stormy was like, I'm sorry? Courtney, run that part back again? Who? He was like, yeah, the police, they was there looking for you. It was police. I seen them. They was there looking for you. They questioned me. I seen the police. So she was like, Courtney, I know you playing with me. Courtney, the cops, he was like, yeah, the cops is there, and they asked you questions. There was two of them. They was looking for you. They want to arrest your fucking ass. You under arrest. Go to the cops. And Courtney, I'm thinking in my mind, Courtney ain't called a lady on the phone. Courtney ain't rushing like it was no real danger. Courtney came in just cool as a cucumber, like, yeah, yeah, girl, you might have to go to jail. And she like, whoa, what the, oh my God, she was so flustered about it. So it was so crazy. So then, she like, well, I don't understand. What would I be in trouble for? I don't break the law. I don't live that life. But what am I going to do? So he's like, you need to call a lawyer, girl. You're like, your ass going to jail. Come on, check the shit out. So I'm cracking up because I'm like, Courtney is crazy, right? So anywho, she was like, well, let me call my lawyer, right? So when she got the lawyer on the phone, the lawyer said she had 2 warrants, one for menacing communications and one for disorderly conduct, and that she's going to have to turn herself in. And the reason why she had the warrants is because of what she was saying earlier in regards to the mellow meter showing up at her warehouse. In some type of way, the mellow meter turned it around and pressed charges on her, and now she has 2 warrants. Stormy was mortified. She started crying. She started hugging Courtney. And Courtney like, yeah, we're going to be all right, baby. We're going to be all right. But he's just so cool, calm, and collected, like this is not serious. So I was cracking up, but I do like that. Again, the yin to her yang. He knows that she's going to get emotional and drama filled, so I got to be the cool head one. So that was a cool little scene. And that was it. That was pretty much it. In the next episode, they're going to show her turning herself in or going down to the precinct or whatever that looks like. And, it was a fairly good episode. I enjoy Love and Marriage Huntsville. I just don't always catch it all the time. And then it's hard watching the replays because you got to go looking all over for them. But that was a really, really good episode. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in. It's on Saturdays on the OWN Network at 8 o'clock. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video and turn on your notification bells. I really, really appreciate all of my new subscribers, old and new. I love and appreciate all of you. I love doing my commentary. Make sure you check out my College Hill review. Also, turn on your notification bell so you can know when I go live, know when I drop these videos, yada, yada, yada. And I will be dropping some Dear DJ soon. So love you guys. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy your evening.